Are we on? Yep. Are we good? Are we good? I'm still not. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we're on. We're live. All right. Hello. Greetings. I am Serpentor. Nobody's watching right now. That's okay. Oh, wait, somebody is watching. Hello. DBNX1701 says, no, you're not. Hail Cobra Commander. Cobra Commander is a piece of crap. Let me tell you that right now. Nobody likes Cobra Commander at all. So you should be following me from now on. Serpentor, ruler of Cobra. I was created in a lab, you know, to rule Cobra, specially designed. And Weedle says that they're still at the office and can't turn the audio on. Well, that's not going to be very helpful, is it? Sorry, Ann Weedle. I have only one thing to say to you. Serpentor does not care. Sorry, just don't care. But anyway, nice to see you here on YouTube. And I'm going to be planning my world domination from here. I was going to take over the United States first, and then maybe somewhere in the Caribbean, nice and warm. Serpentor likes warm. He's kind of a snaky kind of guy. So, yeah. First, the United States. It should be pretty easy right now. And, oh, I will be right back. Sorry, people. There we are. Much better. Had to adjust my shorts. They were riding up on me. So yeah, sometimes Serpentor doesn't get the greatest shorts. Cobra has a budget. Anyway, what do I have to do to become a member of Cobra? Serpentor and Weedle says. All you have to do is sign up with Gladys in HR. She should be able to take care of you. Go to the main building, turn right at the first corridor, left at the second corridor, 3 doors down to your right, and you'll find her, and she should have the application forms for you. I know that sometimes a line can build up, but just tell her Serpentor sent you, and she'll be able to take care of you, move you to the front of the line. So that's what, hail Cobra to you, Russell, and to all of you out there, hail Cobra. It is good to be here where I have an understanding audience. Sometimes I have an audience with Cobra Commander and that jerk with the metal head. He thinks he's so great. I don't know what his problem is. He should just worship me. And you're welcome, Ann Weedle. I thought you couldn't turn on your speakers. My audio sounds super soft. Is this better, Russell? Can you hear me now? Can you hear Serpentor? I should be louder. But if I'm not, too freaking bad. Because this is as loud as I get. This is my microphone turned on full. As you can see, it's in the podium below me, so I can't really make it any higher or anything. The audio guy, is he around anywhere? Is there an audio guy around anywhere? No. No. Oh, good. It's good. It's loud enough now. Awesome. Awesome. So anyway, we were gonna talk to. No, you can't buy a bat off me. I'm gonna use them in my world domination plans. Obviously. Hail to you, Russell. And I'm glad to see you here. But anyway, yes. If you want to fly in one of our wonderful vehicles, all of which come with very excellent parachutes, which you will be using, you will have to join Cobra and fight. If I could have anything for my next birthday, what would I want? Asks Ann Weedle. I would certainly like another snake because Larry over here has just not been working out very well. Now, Steve, I don't have a problem with you, Steve, but you, Larry, you got some attitude, is what I'm saying, Larry. You got some attitude. And so, replacement for Larry. Now, that's going to be hard because Larry and Steve are attached. So you're going to have to work out some surgery stuff. But I'm sure that you could do this for Serpentor. And if not, we have Dr. Mindbender, and he can do it because he created the snakes in the first place. And I don't know why he gave you such an attitude problem. You are just pissing me off right now. Anyway, I hope that answered your question, Ann Weedle. Anyway, back to oh yes, seeing only dead silence. Are you hearing me now? Can you hear me now? Anyone? Yes, no? Oh dear, this is not working out. Should I? Oh, okay, good. It's not a problem on my end. It's a problem on your end. That means I don't have to deal with anything here. Everybody else can hear. Just you, DBNX1701. This is your problem and your problem only. I do not care about your lack of sound. For all I care, you can sit there and read my lips. Yes, why don't you do that? Read Serpentor's lips for a while. All of you can read my lips. Great hand movements. Well, thank you. That's what hands are for, aren't they? I believe that's what hands are for. I haven't used them for very long. I was created in a lab, as I said, and I don't really know much of your normal human things to do yet. The weird thing is, now he created me with this suit on, so I'm not sure if I got all my junk down there yet. I'd like to think I do, but I'm not sure that I actually do, because I've never taken the suit off. And it's going to get kind of messy in here pretty soon. But I'll try and hold it in for this time of this live stream because we have some important things to work out about invading and destroying, not destroying, taking over. Yes, we're supposed to take over, not destroy, right? I don't quite remember. But anyway, either way, we will be doing something with our many vehicles and their laser pew-pew weapons, which are pretty cool. They come with a lot of accessories as well. How you can help me take over the world, Russell, it would be to join Cobra and fight the big fight with us. I'm more of a big ideas man. I leave the little stuff up to my sub-commanders, but my big idea is that first we take over America, and then we take over somewhere very comfortable where I can relax for a couple of weeks, say the Bahamas or Bermuda or Tahiti, and then we work from there to maybe Australia. You can have a bat, DBNX. I told you, just talk with Gladys in HR, and she'll set you up with what you want. Excellent, Russell. I am ready for you to sign up and follow me to hell, because hell it will be on Earth when Cobra reigns. Ha ha ha. My mouth isn't really designed for laughing, mostly scowling, but I am laughing on the inside. Ha 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 ha. Larry, you're killing me here. Steve, I'm still very happy with you. Excellent job. But Larry, after this, we're going to have a long talk. Down with the G.I. Joes, indeed. Now, Ann Weedle asked, Serpentor, why have you been laying low for so long? I have been in a lab, strapped to a table, mostly not being alive, sometimes being alive. It's a little confusing, and most of my memories are really foggy, but I do know that I was, for about 1988, 1989, I think, I was doing a whole lot, and then there was some weird underground snake people, which were kind of like me, but not really like me, and we got along real well, and then they went away, and then I did a few other things, and then I disappeared completely for you guys. But I remember being strapped to some sort of table, and there was a doctor doing things. Anyway, but more to the point, I've never taken this suit off, not even then. So I don't quite know how my insides work. Am I a robot? Am I a person? You don't know. It's mysterious, I admit. It makes Serpentor an enigma, but I'm an enigma in and to myself. And as I look inward as Serpentor, I have to wonder, who indeed am I? Am I just the leader of Cobra, or is there more to me? Am I a poet, perhaps, or a painter? I agree, Russell, Dr. Zarin trustworthy. Doesn't it interest me to get some of my mobility back before changing the world? No, I have this flying sled throne thing. That's also very snake. We're big on the snake theme around here, and so I can really go anywhere on that. And so it doesn't really. I'm a little threatened by narrow spaces. It doesn't really work. Low clearances, but those are few and far between. One lane tunnels a little bit difficult, but I can just fly over the hill for those tunnels, and it's not that big a problem. And then I can shoot a missile into the tunnel and blow whatever's in there up. Now, here's something that I could possibly arrange for you to take a ride on the sled someday, Ann Weedle, if you sign up with Cobra. I do have assistants on here quite often. Now, usually, here's a funny thing. Usually I do push them off, but to their supposed deaths. But apparently, and I didn't know this, but apparently everyone in Cobra is issued their own personal parachute and full body armor. So really, it's a pretty safe bet to join Cobra. You pretty much can't die. Look at me. I've been around since the 80s. I haven't even aged. But the rest of you can't die. It's pretty incredible, I gotta say. And you know, if you're in a plane and you get shot out, there's a parachute. It's great. Flying rascals are for Cobra Kings. Oh yes, well, you could call it a flying rascal, I suppose, but it's more of a throne, a Cobra throne. I don't disparage the people who have to use mobility scooters. I understand that they have special needs, but my special needs are to rule the world, and so I don't think it's quite the same. I could leave this sled if I wanted to. I just don't want to. Larry, I swear to God. Anyway, what can you do with this one? What can you do? Now, I was talking to you about... Oh, wait, somebody said something. What was that? Russell says, fear nothing, dog everything, hail Cobra. I agree, hail Cobra, 100%. Now, Steve, you were telling me that... Can I roll my eyes? That's about as good as I get. And I don't know if that's exactly a roll. It's more of a kind of shiftiness, but that's as good as I can do right now. Thumbs up to you too, Ann Weedle. Yes, not bad for a creation in a lab, if I do say so myself. I think I do pretty well for myself, for someone who was born at the age of 35 and hasn't aged since then and is wearing a big snake costume. And, you know, these fangs, they can chafe. You know, if you lean forward a little bit and you scratch your face on one of these fangs, it can hurt, let me tell you. So that, I think that puts... check in the not robot column, because I do feel pain. Unless Dr. Mindbender's very evil, so maybe he programmed me as a robot who does feel pain. This could be as well. I could be... my pain could make me a stronger leader and therefore better at taking over the world. Yes, this makes a great deal of sense to me, and I like this. Shut up, Larry. I do not want to hear another word from you. I'm trying to talk to these nice people. I know he's your brother, and I know that I said that I would take you both on, but this is really, this is getting crazy. I mean, he's always criticizing. He can never let it go. He can never, ever, ever let it go. You know, I don't know if you people have a two-headed snake around your necks, but I'll tell you, these two are always at it. They're always arguing. You know, they can't eat each other, but they try, and that's just stupid. It really is. They're not bright. They're you know, I mean Steve has his moments, Steve can be caring. Steve can be kind. I remember Cobra Commander turning into a snake, DBNX. Yes, he did. He turned into some sort of weird snake monster. That was very strange. You know, when I saw him, he had a hood sometimes, and other times he had a metal face, and just a straight metal, flat metal, not even like, you know, eye holes or anything. How did he see out of that? That's what I wondered. How did he see it? And also, you know, his buddy with the metal head, who always had the metal head, sometimes silver, sometimes gold. Okay, he gets it plated. But here's the question. How do the lips move? How do those lips move? I mean, isn't that weird? Metal head, lips move. That shouldn't be possible, should it? That should be absolutely impossible. Is his head made of mercury? Am I going to get poisoning if I stand near him and get some of his head on me? Because, you know, is he one of those like Terminator guys? I saw that movie back when I was after I'd been defeated by G.I. Joe. I felt kind of down, and I went to see that movie, and I did really enjoy the part where the world got destroyed by nukes. That was pretty cool. But, you know, it got me thinking about Metalhead. Colonel Gordon asks if I take the snake scarf off while I eat or sleep. That's a very good question. I actually have never slept in the 30-some years that I've been alive. I've never ever slept once, but I do take the snakes off occasionally when they get too rowdy. Usually when we're watching Dancing with the Stars, they can really argue over contestants, and I just don't put up with it. I just take them off and I leave the room. I leave the room. Baron just loved to wear metal makeup. No, it wasn't makeup, because it was really shiny, and you can't make shiny makeup. I'm sure you couldn't make chrome shiny. I've seen those guys that are fake robots, you know, that stand real still, and you go by them and they go woo with a thing in their mouth. I've seen them, and their faces had makeup on them, and they weren't shiny. But the metalhead guy, he was shiny. He had a weird accent too. I think he was like British or something. But he had a weird head, is what I'm saying. You know who else was weird? There was this other guy, like Australian or something. He could change into other people. I don't know how he did it, but he could change it. Like he said it was a mask, but you know, masks can't. How many people have I personally killed, Ann? Let me count. Let's see. There was the guy in there, the entire city, and okay, there was then Luxembourg. It's too many to count, and we'll just too many to count. No, it was not 37, Larry. It was more than 37. I think there were more than 37 people in that city. Surely there were millions. Well, now you have me second-guessing myself. How come Cobra never teamed up with the Decepticons, DBNX? Well, how could we team up with the Decepticons? They're robots in disguise. We'd never find them. I mean, you know, maybe we'd be lucky and get in one of our planes, and the plane would be the robot. But you know, they're just hard to contact, and all they care about is some war that they have with some other robots. They're not going to fight with us because they're fighting with those other robots and over some planet that they're not even on. They're fighting over this other, like, all robot planet, right? It's a whole planet that's all. I don't know why they left. They didn't have to leave. They could have stayed on the robot planet, but they came here, and some of them are dinosaurs, which is kind of a bad disguise, if you ask me, you know. And you'd think, you know, okay, maybe they'd have to be disguised as dinosaurs back in dinosaur times. I don't know why they had to fool dinosaurs back then, but okay, whatever, fine, they had to fool the dinosaurs back then. But now, you know, they're robots. Just you know, get a new coat of paint and some new engineering, you know, with a welder, and you know, you clearly you could change that. I mean, obviously, you'd have to be able to. I'm pretty sure Megatron was a gun and a spaceship. Let's see, Russell says, yo, have you ever heard of DJ Smooth? He has done some great work with Transformers here on YouTube. I have heard of this DJ Smooth. I wish for him to play music for us as we go to conquest. Maybe he could be sort of our doof warrior guy, you know, from that Mad Max movie, you know, at the front of the vehicle, except with, you know, his DJ stuff, and that would be pretty cool. He'd have to get a parachute too. Everybody gets a parachute. I figured that out a while ago. I assume I have a parachute because everybody else has a parachute. So I've got to have one, right? I mean, you know, in case this snake-thrown sled flying thing ever got blown up by a G.I. Joe missile, which they're kind of crummy missiles because they blow up our ships, but they don't hurt us at all, like not even shrapnel. I'm not quite sure about that. It's kind of strange. No, I wasn't talking about you when I said missile. You're a snake, not a missile. We've been over this. Yes, I know I shot you out one time at them. In that one time, I used you as a missile, but you're not a missile normally. Anyway, I don't know all these YouTube personalities because this is my first time ever on YouTube. I've heard some stories from people walking by the lab as I'm strapped down to my slab, awaiting my next time to rise with a sheet over me that turns magically into well, not magically, but strangely into a cloak, which I can take off to reveal my incredibly intimidating snake costume that you see before you. Are you intimidated? I hope so, because I mean to be intimidating to you right now. Yes, you are intimidated by me. You are intimidated by Serpentor, aren't you? Tell me about your intimidation. I wish to know because I can use it for further conquest. Now, many of you wonder why it is that I wish to conquest the earth. And I have to tell you, I am very, very interested in urban planning. Urban planning is sort of my hobby. I have some very big ideas for the cities of the world. Do I have any spawn that I know about? Oh, probably. I'm sure my DNA has been extracted many times and used in other projects by Dr. Mindbender. In fact, for all I know, I may be he may be creating my replacement in the lab right now. A super Serpentor. Superpentor. A Superpentor. Wouldn't that be something to see? I would greatly enjoy having a battle with him. A battle to the unconscious, as all battles are fought. Is my junk just a long snake? DBNX says. Now, as I told you before, I've never taken this suit off. I don't actually know if I have any junk. It's been bothering me a bit, but I don't actually know how to take it off either. And it hasn't been a problem so far in whatever it is, 30 years. So I assume I have stuff down there because I have urges, especially when the Baroness... Oh, the Baroness. Oh, yes. She wears those skin-tight costumes, and she has that exotic foreign thing going for her. Oh, yes. I like the Baroness. But anyway, yes, I don't know that Larry and Steve don't get bored, Ann Weedle. Larry and Steve are lucky to be here and are happy to be here. Yes, you are, Larry. You are happy and lucky to be here. They do not get bored. Right, Steve? You'll back me up on this one. You always back me up, Steve. Yes, Larry and Steve do not get bored. They are pleased to stay around Serpentor, their mentor and teacher, and their mentor, Serpentor the mentor. I should put that on a sign or something. It would be maybe a name tag. Learn from Serpentor the mentor about taking over the world. And oh, that's fine. You're welcome to cheat. Hail Cobra to you too. Ha ha. Yes. Apparently I could annoy you all by pushing a button to play an ad, but I'm not going to do that because that would be really annoying. YouTube wants me to do that so that I can make many pennies off of you, and it will be pennies, yes, because YouTube pays us very well. I'm sure I'll make at least a penny from all of this. And if I clicked on the ad, I might make 5 pennies or 12, which would go a long way to that $100 they pay you if you ever make that much. You have to reload. No, I didn't press the button, Ann Weedle. I did not press the play ad button because, as I said, that would be unnecessary, especially since when I take over, there will be no more need for advertising. All advertising will just say, "Hail Cobra," because that is all that advertising that is needed. Yes, it is frustrating to be held hostage by technology, but technology will also bring us to our goal of taking over the world. So it's, oh, do it, says DBNX. Well, I've been dared to play an ad. Well, I can't say no. Here goes. Based on complex criteria, it says, some of your viewers will see an ad. Keep on streaming. Oh, do you see an ad? Complex criteria? Has it made you see an ad? Are you complex enough for the criteria to make you see an ad? I agree, Russell. Cobra software would never buffer. Cobra software would be perfect. But it was also my terrible broadband connection here because Cobra's out in the sticks where we can't be found. And because of that, our internet service is rather poor, especially our upstream. Honestly, I'm surprised we've stopped using dial-up modems. It's very 1980s around here, is what I'm saying. Very 1980s. Well, I'm sorry that you were not complex enough to get an ad. I could play it and push the button many, many times, but I think I'm done pushing buttons for now. I have many buttons to push on this podium thing. They'll do something or other, launch all kinds of, I don't know. I'm sure they'll do something when I press them, and I'm not afraid of pressing them. I'm just not pressing them right now because Serpentor has no fear. None at all. Well, Russell, all I can say is YouTube doesn't find you complex enough for an advertisement. You are not complex enough for YouTube, but you are complex enough to be a member of Cobra. So I do suggest you join Cobra immediately, and that will keep us in numbers, because we really, funding isn't a problem. You know, we have all this gold and stuff. We can build all these vehicles, but personnel is an issue. You know, after you get shot down in a bat about 10 times, you get tired of it, and then you want to go do something else, or you want to go start a family, and, you know, Cobra gets in the way. You know, I understand that. I understand that. Sometimes family is very important, and it would be very nice if I had one. I would certainly take time off for my family if I had a mother and father and not just a creator. But anyway, I would like you to join our Cobra family, and you can join us and be part of my family. Yes, join us. Join us in Cobra. And yes, that will be fun, I believe. I've mellowed a bit in my old age. You've mellowed, Ann Weedle says, you've mellowed a bit in your old age, Serpentor. To what do you attribute the waning and taming of your previously fiery ambition? No, life. Oh my goodness. I think that Dr. Mindbender is here. Sorry, I can't do this right now. Goodbye.